Good evening and welcome to Justeventonline News at 9. I am Anifat Ismail. The news headlines. Nigeria ahead of others in global race for new investment, Tinubu says. Presidency tackles Atiku over claim on court's verdict. Shettima constitutes multi-sectoral human capital development committee. Kwara local government sponsor over 30 youth for flight dispatch training in Ilorin Aviation College. Senate berates NAIC over inconsistent financial records. Subsidy removal takes monthly federation account inflow to 1 trillion naira. 110 million Nigerian children face climate change challenges. Artificial intelligence, a generative technology aiding fraud, AGF says. And on sport, Osimhen Oshoala nominated for 2023 Globe Soccer Award. Now the news in details. Nigeria has put structures in place for investment to thrive. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu told the global community yesterday. Tinubu said the country is not only blessed with natural resources, but also highly educated, skilled, and naturally industrious people, assuring investors that the country is ripe for new investment. He said Nigeria now possesses all the ingredients for making modern economy. The presidency yesterday rejected the allegation by the People's Democratic Party and its former presidential candidate, Alhaji Atiku Abubakar, that President Bola Tinubu was muzzling the opposition and foisting a one-party state on Nigeria. It accused PDP and Atiku of raising a false alarm and embarking on campaign of calumny following the defeat at the last general election. The presidency said the allegations are deliberately aimed at unnecessarily eating up the polity and causing public disenchantment, adding that they exist only in the imagination of PDP and its former Vice President. Vice President Kashim Shettima on Monday approved the constitution of a multi-sectoral committee to drive the federal government's human capital development program. The multi-sectoral team consists of federal and state government, donor, and partners who are expected to convene every 2 weeks to review the progress of work in addressing the objectives of the HC program. Shettima stressed the need for government and partners to invest in human capital development to create a workforce that is globally competitive and adaptable to the modern demands of the 21st century. Over 30 youth in Kwara State have been sponsored by the state local government councils for flight training at Ilorin International Aviation College, Kwara State. The sponsored youth, which calls across all 16 local government councils in that state, were selected based on academic performance, aptitude for aviation, and financial needs. During the flag-off of the training, the instructor disclosed that the learners will undergo a rigorous training program that will prepare them for professional flight dispatch. Commissioner for Tertiary Education, Dr. Mary Anride, said the sponsorship program is part of the Kwara State government's commitment to empowering the youth and creating opportunities for them to succeed in the aviation industry. She appreciated Governor Abdulrahman Abdul Razak for his love and support for education sector in that state.
He believes that when you acquire these skills, you will be useful not only to yourself but to the entire society. If all youths are educated, we will not have the crimes that we experience today. We will not be experiencing all these social vices. So we really thank God for him, and we thank God for our wonderful chairmen who brought you here. They also believe in your future.
The rector of Ilorin International Aviation College, Captain Yakubu Okatai, posited that Kwara will soon take over the industry with such huge investment. He added that upon completion of the training program, the sponsored youth will be awarded a flight dispatched license.
Kwara State has already taken a bold step by having a flying school here. And now they are taking another bold step. They want to train their own people from Kwara State in aviation industry. In another 20 years, Kwara State will be able to hold, to control the aviation industry in this country. They will train the pilots, train the engineers, and air traffic controllers. The strength is to concentrate, focus on their training, so that when they finish, they will have a license that will take them throughout their life. After the training, they will get a job, they work for airlines, and the airlines are coming up in Nigeria now, so they have no problem getting a job.
In his words, Chairman Governing Council of the Aviation College, Alhaji Ahmed Gobiri, said the institution have confidence that the sponsored youth will make the most of the opportunity and become successful aviation professionals.
The demand for this profession is just beginning, and I believe that between now and the time they graduate, which is sometime middle of next year, many of them will probably already have somewhere that they are going to be heading to. We, as a college, like I said, the best graduating student automatically gets employment here, maybe the first and second, but for now, we know that we'll give the best graduating student.
On his part, Argon Chairman John Jide Ashonimare said the local government in the state complement the efforts of the Kwara State government to empower its youth and create opportunities for them to succeed in aviation industry. He therefore encouraged the trainees to focus and be a proud ambassador of Kwara State.
For students, each student, we put 2 million on them. So the local government that has 2 students, that is 4 million. Local government that has 3 students, that is 6 million. There are still some other logistics but when we talk in terms of tuition which includes hotel accommodation, feeding, which they will get in the institution here, is 2 million. Yes, we have very few ones. The reason why that happened was that initially we started sponsoring 33 students, but unfortunately the institution said they would not be able to accommodate 33. There are numbers that were allowed to be in a class at one particular course or the other. So that was the reason why we were unable to get 33 all around the local government. But there are still some numbers that were left out. So we allowed those local governments that want to sponsor 3 to go for them. But they are very few, maybe 2 or 3. Maybe 2 or 3 local governments.
On behalf of the beneficiaries, Ajibola Michael appreciated the sponsors, promising to be proud ambassador of the Aviation College.
On behalf of my other students, I'm very grateful for this great opportunity. We promise to do our best to make sure we make best use of this opportunity. We are very, very grateful. God bless the governor of the Kwara State, and God bless the chairman of each local government that made it possible for us to be here today.
The Senate Committee on Finance has berated the Nigerian Agricultural Insurance Corporation over its inability to provide details of its finances from 2021-2022 up to the third quarter of 2023. In an interactive session on Monday in Abuja, members of the committee regretted the absence of receipts to prove NAIC expenditures from revenue claims. Minister of Finance and Coordinating Minister of the Economy, Wale Edun, has said monthly revenue inflow into the Federation Account Allocation Committee fund has risen from 650 billion naira to 1 trillion naira monthly since the withdrawal of subsidy on petrol. According to Edun, the subsidy regime eroded much needed revenue. The minister, represented by the Permanent Secretary, Mr. Okonko Udom, said the government realized that petroleum subsidy was not sustainable. The United Nations International Children's Emergency Fund, UNICEF, has said over 110 million Nigerian children are at risk of the effects of climate change. It also revealed that Nigeria was the second most vulnerable country worldwide in terms of children's exposure to climate change. The Attorney General of the Federation and Minister of Justice, Lateef Fagbemi-San, has lamented the security threat faced by Nigeria and other West African countries have been evolving in ways unimaginable. He noted that the threats posed by artificial intelligence and generative technologies was manifesting as new means of fraud. Fagbemi, however, called for an assessment to determine the current and long-term threats experienced by countries in the region. The last on the news is sport. Organizers of the Globe Soccer Award, which is the 14th edition this year, announced the nominees on Tuesday. Osimhen will battle 29 other players in the men's category, while assistant Oshoala will slug it out with 19 other players in the women's category. Other nominated alongside Osimhen in the men's category are Lionel Messi, Cristiano Ronaldo, Kylian Mbappe, among others. And that is the end of the news at 9. Here's a recap of the story. Nigeria, ahead of others in global race for new development, President says. Presidency tackles Atiku over claim on court verdict. Shettima constitutes multi-sectoral human capital development committee. Kwara local government sponsor over 30 youth for flight dispatch training in Ilorin Aviation College. Senate berates NAIC over inconsistent financial records. Subsidy removal takes monthly Federation account inflow to 1 trillion naira. 110 million Nigerian children face climate change challenge. Artificial intelligence, a generative technology, a front. And on sport, Osimhen Oshoala nominated for 2023 Globe Soccer Award. Thank you for watching Justeventonline News. Remember, success is not final and failure is not fatal. It is the courage to continue that counts. For more news, visit www.justeventonline.com and to read more updates, follow us on our social media platforms with a tap at Justeventonline. You can also send us an email on justeventonline@gmail.com. I am Anifat Ismail. Good night.